As a Sifa Lahore, I talk about issues of being Muslim, gay and British in today's society. And essentially these labels, you know, they shouldn't fit well together, but here I am and I refuse to give one up over the other. I kept it to myself for many, many years because I was always afraid of what the community would say, what my parents would say. On one hand, I had my faith telling me that it was wrong to be gay, and on the other hand, I was battling my internal feelings that I had. My sisters knew when I was 13, 14, I think they just sussed it out. They read one of my diaries. They were very supportive about it. They said, don't tell mum and dad because they won't understand. I came out to my parents when I was in my early 20s. My mum came into my room and she questioned me about my sexuality. And when she questioned me, you know, two thoughts came into my mind. One was, I can lie my head off about this and get myself out of this situation. And the other thought was, I've got an opportunity here to be honest. I said this in Urdu, which is my mother tongue. I said, Ammi main gay hoon, which means, Mum, I'm gay. My mum started crying, I started crying. My dad came into the room and he started crying. There was an occasion where my mum asked, you know, whether I needed to go and see a doctor. I said to my mum, this isn't something that, you know, I can take a medicine for. It's something that I really had to educate my mum about. They thought that if I were to get married to somebody of the opposite sex, then everything would be okay. But I was very firm about that. The way I explained it to them was that, you know, I used the word muhabbat, and in Urdu that means love, and I said I can't love a woman the same way I can love a man. Dialogue still continues to be challenging with my father, but he has come a long way in accepting me for who I am, and he still considers me his son. He hasn't disowned me in any way, and he's very proud of me. When I introduced my partner to my parents, I introduced him as, you know, this is the person I want to marry. Marriage holds such a value to any person of faith. And although I entered into civil partnership, they sort of saw it equal as a marriage. And my mum ended up attending the ceremony and ended up sort of giving me away and giving us her blessing. I know it sounds cliche, but it was the best moment of my life. I've had a few Muslim friends say that, you know, I'm a paedophile, and that's been very hurtful. It's just human ignorance and prejudice that gets in the way. Sifa Lahore has allowed me to reach out to many people that I wouldn't have really reached out as Asif. My mum, my aunties, and my sisters actually came to see one of my shows, and they absolutely loved it. And the gay community were just totally inspired and in awe that, you know, a Muslim woman, you know, dressed in a niqab had come into a gay space and was watching a cabaret drag show. One question I'd like to ask the Muslim community is, when will it be right to be Muslim and gay?